Hello, thanks for joining us again on the channel. I've always been curious about this one, and now that a friend picked one up, we can finally talk about it. His experience, start to finish. Quick note before we begin. There's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer found this all-in-one device to be simply amazing, especially for its primary use, printing high-quality photos in both color and black and white. Our reviewer was particularly impressed by the stunning quality, noting that it rivals the output from their previous, more complex 8-color system. Despite having only a 6-ink system, this machine produces absolutely fantastic photo prints. The most significant advantage, however, is its economy. The ink tanks are huge, and the ink itself is very affordable. This client has already produced well over 150 large prints and has barely made a dent in the initial ink supply, a feat that would have been impossible with a traditional cartridge-based model without considerable expense. Getting started was a breeze. The ink bottles are cleverly keyed to their specific tanks, making it impossible to accidentally fill one with the wrong color. The setup process was a simple matter of removing the packaging tape, loading the ink, installing the software, and running a quick calibration. Our reviewer did note that the initial prints were a bit too dark, but a single adjustment to the density setting within the provided software quickly corrected the issue, producing ideal results on the manufacturer's recommended paper. For those looking to experiment, this user achieved spectacular results with a third-party glossy photo rag paper by adjusting the driver settings and using a custom color profile. Of course, this all-in-one isn't perfect. It's fairly slow, so you shouldn't expect instant results. There's also no automated document feeder for scanning or copying. Everything must be placed on the glass by hand. Print size is also limited in width, so large format work is not an option. However, our reviewer considers these to be very minor trade-offs for the incredible quality and cost-effectiveness. The results are worth the wait, and for anyone focused on photo printing, this machine reset.
Let's start with our first reviewer's experience.
This reviewer, who's starting a small art business selling prints and stickers, was looking for a solid entry-level machine. With a bit more knowledge than the average person but still new to the world of professional printing, our reviewer found themselves weighing a few different options. They ultimately settled on this particular brand, influenced partly by a perception that parts might be more readily available for repairs and a simple preference for the more premium-feeling design over a major competitor's aesthetic. A crucial factor in the decision was the need for a built-in scanner to digitize traditional artwork, as their phone camera was not up to the task. This requirement immediately ruled out another popular model frequently recommended by artists, which functions only as a printer. Choosing this all-in-one device, however, came with a slight sense of regret. The biggest trade-off is the print size, which is limited to a standard letter format. For artists who don't need a scanner, this client suggests the other, larger format model might be a better fit. Despite this limitation, the device is proving to be a great match for their current needs. A key feature that sealed the deal was its integrated ink tank system. Our reviewer knew from the artist community that this was the most cost-effective solution for frequent printing, a major advantage over cartridge-based systems. While not an expert in print quality, they are very satisfied with the results, finding them to be as good or even better than prints ordered from online services. They believe the quality is more than sufficient for their customers and see this machine as a perfect starter printer, a reliable workhorse to use until their business grows enough to warrant an upgrade to a more professional model.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer initially had a pretty negative experience with this inkjet printer. After a few months of use, it jammed, and getting any real help through their online customer support felt impossible due to the warranty. It was just frustrating. However, after a lot of back and forth, this client finally managed to speak to a real person. Instead of trying to repair the old one, they simply asked for proof of purchase and agreed to send a replacement. There were still some snags with email addresses and phone numbers along the way, but eventually things got sorted. At first, it seemed like the printer might have been designed to fail, but that didn't make sense given it was still under warranty. Someone suggested pushing a piece of cardboard through to dislodge the jam, but that only made things worse. Turns out, a credit card slid in the opposite direction did the trick, unlike those disassembly instructions. Now, the printer is still jamming for an unknown reason. This client generally hates warranties because they're often useless, but in this case, the company really came through. This person even managed to snag an extended warranty on the last day it was available. This new warranty covers accidents and wear and tear and will even apply to the replacement printer. They're sending a prepaid label to ship the old printer back once the new one arrives. Our reviewer wishes the manufacturer had local repair shops available, but is otherwise thankful for the kind support received, especially when dealing with what seems like a common issue, objects getting stuck inside the printer.
That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let's chat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.